Now I'm going to be teaching you 7 ways that you guys can use the internet to make a living for yourself. The first, and probably the most popular way that's going to come up, is YOUism. YOUism is building your brand online. Now, this for me is the most powerful way myself, and I've made over 5 figures in the last month alone just by having a good brand online, right? The reason you see me speaking here now is because I've been building up my brand online through connections, and then I get invited to speak more and more. So in the old economy, every time you saw Bill Gates was actually an ad for Microsoft. Every time you see Steve Jobs on television, that's an ad for Apple, right? So they're getting free publicity. When the iPhone was launched, Apple got $400 million worth of free publicity. Now, if a lot of you are going to become entrepreneurs and you're going to want to launch your own businesses and sell your own products, guess what? People buy people first. So they're going to buy you and then end up buying whatever the service or product that you're selling. So people buy people that they know, like, and trust. Why do you think Richard Branson pulls off these crazy stunts to come on TV? Or Oprah Winfrey, richest woman in America and probably globally, billionaire, by building her brand. Because people know, like, and trust her. Every time she recommends a book, guess what? It goes to #1 bestseller, right? Now in this new economy, all of you are becoming celebrities. So right now, I'm a celebrity to 40, 50 people in this room, right? So that means if I recommend a product or service, you're more likely to buy it. Now when you go home, you're going to be a celebrity to the people on your Facebook. So if your friends, if you recommend a product or service, they're likely to buy it. What we have in this new economy, and it's very important to understand, is the death of interruption marketing. Interruption marketing is what you see traditionally on TV, newspapers, and radio. You watch a TV show like Friends, something that you're really interested in, and 10 minutes into the show, it interrupts your viewing to show you an ad for Procter & Gamble. Or you read a newspaper article and you're interrupted by advertising for Hertz car rental. Now, in this new economy, this is all changing because people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. So what we need to do is start capitalizing on that. See, 30, 40 years ago, it was really difficult for most of us to become entrepreneurs because we could not compete with Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble paid millions of dollars to be on advertising on television. We couldn't afford and we couldn't compete with them. Now though, all of us have access to YouTube and all of us know it's free, right? So you have the same advantages and disadvantages as Procter & Gamble, and you don't need that big amount of capital anymore to become an entrepreneur. So what we're going to see in the next decade is a lot more entrepreneurs starting, right? The startup costs, internet makes it close to zero. The rewards, huge. In the last decade, if you look at who's made their billions, the founders of Facebook, YouTube, all these guys, they created something new and made a big income for themselves. What we have is a birth of edutainment. So the way that I start advertising is I market to my friends who market to their friends, right? And I can't market, say, buy my products, buy my products, buy my products, because that gets really boring. But what I can do is write interesting content, like a blog post, or write something educational. If I'm teaching them how to make money through the internet, they're going to come to my website and advertised within that is going to be some of my own products and services. So all of us can enter this edutainment marketing scenario. We don't need money. We need creativity. In this new economy, small is the new big. So in the past, you had IBM, you had Microsoft, and these big McKinsey's networks. Now in the new economy, you are going to be the brand. So if you can be the world's #1 that knows about shoelace design, guess what? Someone's going to buy your services, whether they be based in Texas or New York or London, because they know that you're the best in the world, and you built up your brand, and you can charge a lot more. So think about how you can build up a brand in whatever you do, that you can be the world's #1 at, because the world rewards #1s. So if you see Tiger Woods, his income is over here, #2 golfer, #3, number 15 doesn't even appear on the top one. It gets 30 times less salary than Tiger Woods, right? This new economy is a trust only. It's all about building trust, because now anyone can have access to your time. In the old days, you had the old boys network. Maybe it was your university MBA network, or somehow you had a network of people. Now in the internet economy, anyone can link to me on LinkedIn. Anyone can come to my Facebook page. Anyone can find out my number and start calling me. In order for me to do business with them, though, I have to build trust. And how can you build trust using the internet? Because the quicker you can build trust, the more business you can do, and the more money you'll make for you or your company. So remember the trust only, because if you can build your trust online, you're going to do more business with people. So what are some of the ways that I build trust online? Firstly, all of you guys have Facebook. I'm assuming 500 million people. Here's my Facebook. What I do is just put a little profile. This is prime real estate, right? So this is, you say a little bit about yourself, but then you link through to your, if you have a personal blog page or your business or whatever it might be, right? You put up as many photos as you can so that people get to know, like, and trust you. So almost every other day, I get an opportunity through my email. People find out about me somehow, and they want to do business with me. Why? Because I put a lot of my life on the internet to build trust, right? People I've never met before, they call me from Taiwan to say, hey, can you be a partner for this or that? Just because they found me somehow through the internet. You can start using photos to market your brand. So here, for instance, I have a Webpreneur University. This is one of my product launches. What do? A simple thing, like I wear my t-shirt everywhere. I get taken in photos, I get tagged, and once I get tagged, I appear in other people's news feeds. So that's just a simple, cheap, free way of marketing your business. I had my first students for this business before I even had the product. So 2 days before I launch it, people start signing up. So you can start doing that yourself. If you're about to open up a bakery or whatever it might be, start telling your friends about the bakery in progress, right? Because that builds anticipation, and it means rather than starting on day one and start marketing when you open your doors, you start marketing beforehand, so when the doors open for your business, you got customers. LinkedIn is another one for a lot more corporate people actually use it, but you basically put up these profiles. You're not going to use a lot of these contacts and networks. Right now, you might not think it's important for you to do. You might be in a safe job. You don't need to build up your brand, you think. But trust me, no job is safe, and it's who you know that's going to get you your business or your next job. So you might as well start preparing now, put up a good profile, put up a picture so people trust you, and over time people are going to start approaching you. You can build your own YouTube channel as well. Super easy to do. Video is a way to build trust. How many of you would like to clone yourself? So you wish that there was more than one of you to go around. I would. So what happens with cloning yourself? How do I clone myself? Well, before, when I had to do a sales pitch, I would go see a customer one at a time, right? And then repeat the same thing again. Now, I can put myself on video, and my work is done. Now, if 100 people or 1,000 people watch that video, I'm doing the same amount of work. This is how Oprah Winfrey became a billionaire. She has a conversation with a guest, hundreds of millions of people watch it, and she's leveraging and she's cloning herself. So you can clone yourself using the likes of YouTube. Then, super important thing is a blog or your home page, your website. So I blog and I write and I educate people. People don't care about me in my life. They want to know what they can learn for themselves. They want to know about how to be a better entrepreneur, how to be a better business person. So what I do is I blog post and I write. And I put up videos. What that means is now a lot more investors are interested in investing in me and my businesses. Why? Because I'm not someone that just turned up overnight. I built up trust, because if I connect to any of you, normally what would happen is you would only see this 20, 30 minutes of me, right? You don't know much about me. But now, for those of you that are curious, that you might go check out AmirAnzur.com, and you might read some of my old material. You will feel like you get to know me, right? I put a bit of my personality on. I put my bio on. And once you feel like you know me, then you will feel like you trust me, and then we will be able to do business together. So very heavily recommended that you guys also get your own site, your own page, so that when you're looking for business, it happens a lot faster. Now, how many of you use Gmail or Hotmail as your main email account, or Yahoo, right? Or even your company email? Guess what you're doing? You're losing a huge opportunity to market yourself. In this new economy, you are going to be the biggest brand there is, right? People don't care about buying from IBM, but they will buy from you if you work from IBM, but you could have worked for a different company. So start building up your own brand, because that means as you switch companies, as you switch different businesses, people will buy from you. When I started marketing online, my issue was, which business do I market? Because as you'll see, the internet makes it really easy to start up a business. So what I thought is, if I blog on mobile, for instance, I get bored. I build up a brand around myself, and then I use that to leverage and cross-promote some of my businesses. So I recommend that as well for you guys. Get your own email, you@yourname.com, because every time you're giving away a Hotmail account, you're losing valuable marketing space. The other way you can build your brand is simply by publishing a book. So if I go onto lulu.com, you can buy a book, right, written by my good self. Right? It's also on Amazon. Now, in the old economy, you needed a lot of money to become a published author, right? You needed to convince a publisher to publish your book. In this new economy, you have what's called print-on-demand services. So now, as I publish my book, I can take my book places and people say it builds me credibility, right? So you can start building up credibility. It doesn't cost anything. You just upload your PDF, someone downloads it, they pay $25, you make $20, these guys make $5, everyone's happy, right? So that's how you can build your brand. Lulu or Create Space is another one by Amazon. So second way that you can, so the first way, just to reiterate, is you building your own brand, right? That's going to lead you to higher salaries, or it's going to lead you to selling more of your products and services. Second way is e-commerce. So these are some of the Webpreneur University students that set up e-commerce sites. This is the college and company. What you can do is simply have a deal with a supplier somewhere in the world. You find a good product that you believe really helps people.